The Me Against the World album, man. How was it like being in the studio with Tupac when y'all was recording that album, man? Because at that time, Tupac, he was going through a lot with the lawsuits and cases, man. It was a lot of stuff he was going through when y'all was making that Me Against the World album. So, out of curiosity, man, how was it like being in the studio with Tupac at that time? How was his energy and mood like? Was he like a little depressed? Because he was going through a lot when y'all was making that album, man.
I'm gonna best describe his energy at that time as nervous. Not in a bad way, just like he was a bundle of energy, man, and he had so much to get done at the same time while so much was going on. For instance, when we was in the studio recording all that stuff, he was going to the studio by night, but during the day he was going to court. And we had the studio set for 6 o'clock every day. I'll never forget it. And as much as he was going through, not a single day was he ever late. 6 o'clock on the dot. He bust through that door and he was like, Mo B, yo, let's get started. He's giving everybody their roles to do. He's telling the engineer, telling me, rappers that's supposed to get on the song, like, yo, you make sure you know we're gonna do this second verse, and yo, and bring that other tape back up from yesterday. I want to go back and finish my third verse. Matter of fact, I want to change that, and then I'm gonna have you gonna come in. I used to be like, yo, you had to keep up with him, man. He was a bundle of energy, man. Yeah, he was real frantic at that time, but you gotta understand what he was going through. You imagine having to go to court by day, and then you got a responsibility at night to go to the studio. You got this album you got to finish, so it was hectic.
Yeah, man. But out of curiosity, man, did Tupac ever talk to you about what he was going through at that time? Because people they don't really understand about all the stuff he was going through at that time when he was making that Me Against the World album. Like he was dealing with a whole lot of stuff, man. But did he ever talk to you personally about what he was going through?
Nah, he didn't really talk to me about the personal stuff. I think one of the biggest ways that he was releasing that and getting that off his chest is when he came into the studio. A lot of it, instead of talking to me, it came out in the lyrics, in the songs. Um, I don't know if you ever heard "Out on Bail." The same lyrics um, are on several versions. Man, my brother produced the original, but since then, like so many people done so many remixes to that song. But "Out on Bail" in particular, go back and listen to that song, "Out on Bail." What you listening to is the day that he just spent in court, and he came out of there frustrated, went straight to the studio, and everything that was on his mind, everything that was inside, it just came out. He says some pretty rough things on that song. We don't even got to get into the lyrics. Just listen to the intro. Anybody that's watching this, go back and pull up "Out on Bail." You ain't even got to listen to the song. Just listen to what he say in the intro. I'm not gonna say it here. You got to go listen to that for yourself. That will give you an idea what was going on inside of him and what he was going through.
Yeah, man. Another song as well, man, is "If I Die Tonight." That's another one. How was that like when he was recording that, yo?
He scared me when he said that and when he did that because we usually don't like to speak upon our own demise, our own death. I'm a strong believer in God, and I believe that if you're not careful, you can speak things into existence. So that's why I was kind of worried, kind of scared, concerned when he was saying things like that. I was just wondering where at the time particularly was his mental state. But again, you got to remember all the stuff that he was going through. There was pressure coming down on him, and I guess that was just a manifestation of everything inside. Simple as that.
What was going through your head, man, when you was seeing the stuff that was going on with Tupac when y'all was working on Me Against the World? Like
the Quad Studios incident, the him being accused of rape, which we all know he was not guilty of that. He didn't do that. But what was your mindset when you were just seeing all this stuff going on when y'all was working on Me Against the World?
I want to say this. Um, Quad Studios and Unique Studios was 1 block away from each other. Unique, I basically lived in there, man. But there was times where occasionally I might have like a session in Quad Studio. Unique was on 47th. Quad was like on the corner of 48th and 7th Avenue. Um, I didn't have a session at Unique, and I didn't have nothing to do at Quad that day. And to be honest, I'm so glad that I just wasn't there. I wasn't around it, wasn't even anywhere in the presence of what was going on. Because, hey, you could have got caught up. You know what I mean? And just the fact that you're there, you could be implicated. I heard about all of it after that he had got shot. I had read in the papers and heard stories about, I don't know, Junior, what's his name? Lil C's was on the balcony, and he saw Pac after they parked in the parking lot and they was walking. And he said, "Yo, what up?" I know about that story. But between there and when Pac got to the front of the building and what happened in the lobby was just a whole totally different story. And to this day, even Little C's say he don't understand how that happened. I just know that I'll just say I'm glad I wasn't there, man. I wasn't there, wasn't able to even be involved, implicated, whatever. I'm just glad I wasn't there, man. I wish the best for Pac, though. I wish that, that didn't happen. You know what I mean? Still to this day, I try to understand it. Like, what was that? Was it a setup, or what was it? But that incident that you're speaking about, that's what kind of led to all of the craziness. Everything went just downhill, man, after that. That was the you know what I mean? That was the point of no return after that. Things just changed.